Today in Cannabis News, U.S. Olympian Sha'Carri Richardson will not compete in the Olympic 100-meter sprint after testing positive for cannabis. The U.S. House approves a measure that will allow researchers to obtain cannabis from state-licensed dispensaries. And in Connecticut, South Dakota, and Virginia, new cannabis legislation goes into effect. It's Monday, July 5th, and this is your TRICHOMES Morning Buzz.
Broadcasting live from the TRICHOMES.com studios in Southern California. It's time for your Morning Buzz. We bring you late-breaking news that keeps you up to date with what's happening in the cannabis industry.
First up, after testing positive for a compound found in cannabis, American track and field Olympian Sha'Carri Richardson will be unable to compete in the Olympic 100-meter sprint. Richardson, who won the 100 meters in the Olympic trials in 10.86 seconds on June 19th, commented about their suspension on Friday's episode of The Today Show. Because they tested positive at the Olympic trials, their race record has been wiped. Jenna Prandini, who finished fourth, is poised to take Richardson's position in the 100. Richardson agreed to a 30-day penalty that will conclude on July 27th, just in time for the women's relays. The relay strategy has not been revealed by Team USA Track and Field. Richardson tweeted, "I am human," after allegations about her alleged cannabis consumption circulated. They revealed that they smoked cannabis to cope with the recent death of their mother. They told Today that they were definitely triggered and blinded by emotions, blinded by badness and hurting and hiding hurt, adding that, "I know I can't hide myself, so in some type of way I was trying to hide my pain." Richardson's potential 3-month sentence was lowered to 1 month after they completed a treatment program.
Next up, the U.S. House of Representatives passed a broad transportation measure that contains a clause allowing scientists to acquire cannabis from state-licensed retailers to analyze its effect on impaired driving. A federal assessment with suggestions on constructing a federal clearinghouse with specimens of numerous varieties of cannabis that researchers from non-legal states might get for analysis would be required under the House-approved bill. According to the bill, the study should also look into establishing a national clearinghouse to collect and distribute samples and strains of marijuana for scientific research, which would include cannabis from state-licensed sectors. Additionally, the measure stipulates that the study, which would have a 2-year deadline, should look into statutory and regulatory barriers to the conduct of scientific research and the establishment of a national clearinghouse for the purposes of facilitating research on marijuana-impaired driving.
Last up, legislation allowing recreational cannabis use has taken place in the states of Connecticut and Virginia, and medical cannabis is also available in South Dakota after voter passage of a ballot proposal from last year. Adults over the age of 21 years may acquire up to an ounce of cannabis publicly, and they can also grow a maximum of 4 plants at home in Virginia. It is also allowed for people to share up to 1 ounce of cannabis privately, as long as no payment is exchanged. All records of misdemeanor possession with intent to distribute marijuana arrests, charges, and convictions will be automatically sealed, as per a website developed by Virginia regulatory authorities earlier this month. In Connecticut, adults 21 years or older can officially carry up to 1.5 ounces of cannabis. Home cultivation, on the other hand, is being rolled out slowly. Beginning October 1st, medical cannabis patients will be allowed to grow a maximum of 6 plants. Cultivation of recreational private use cannabis starts July 1st, 2023. Retail sales are expected to begin in early 2022, according to the regulatory authorities. Medical cannabis patients in South Dakota can now lawfully possess a maximum of 3 ounces of cannabis, only if they have a legitimate medical cannabis card, which authorities must start providing by November 18th. Out-of-state or tribal medical cannabis cardholders, on the other hand, can now lawfully carry cannabis without fear of being arrested, according to State Highway Patrol.
And that was today's Buzz. Thanks for listening. For more cannabis news and insights from industry professionals, and a place to discuss these stories and others, visit TRICHOMES.com.
And be sure to catch up with all of our other cannabis industry-related podcasts like Hash It Out, Careers in Cannabis, or the International Cannabis Conversation wherever you get your podcasts. For TRICHOMES.com, I'm Devin Liao.
And I'm David Fortin. Catch you next time.